I'll scream at you from across the room. That's all right.
All right, that was a good win. Got the battle for the Sledge. What is it, 3 in a row now?
3 in a row.
Sledge games.
Yep.
You know, what do you think about this game?
Well, I think those are big things to play for. You know, the Sledge. I mean, it's anytime you're playing for a trophy. You know, you want to win it. We expect to have that, all the time here. So that was it was a big piece of today in our preparation. We played better. We're still not playing great, but we played better and found a way to win. Special teams showed up. Our defense played well. Not great all the time, but we're getting better and we're more disciplined this time than we have been. So I feel better about that. Yeah, it's a big win, and winning for a Sledge is huge. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you. Yeah, and they came back a little bit in the third. They tied it up and kind of had control, but you guys responded. You know what do you think about what you guys were able to do once they were able to come back and kind of respond to that?
Well, we didn't have any panic. You know what I mean? They're a high-powered offense. We know that Blake Gimel can throw the ball around.
Mm-hmm.
We've been watching this for 6 years, and he's very good. And they got some kids that can wiggle. So we knew if they got on momentum with all their trick plays and all the stuff that they do, that we had our hands full. And then once we made a play, made him punt, had the big return, then the momentum switched back, and then we put the ball in the end zone. So we gained momentum at the late in the third and kind of into the fourth, and that's what sealed it for us.
Mm-hmm. Your defense was kind of living in their backfield. They had negative rushing yards at halftime, and they finished with 7 sacks. What do you think of the job by the front, and what were they doing well?
Well, the MVP was great. Mike Ferrante was a man out there today at Cole to Liberty. The last 4 weeks, he's just been dominating inside. And he got a little gassed up because they play fast and a lot of reps, but they really played well. Devon Moore played great. He was buzzing the quarterback's tower too. So we did have a lot of great pressure and stopped a pretty good running game. So I thought the defensive front did a great job today.
Mm-hmm. And the passing game was going for just shy of 300 yards, and I think he was 8 of his first 10 or 13 of his first 15. He was just kind of pinpoint. What do you think about what he was able to do?
Owen, you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Owen really came out well. I think he got a little shook later in the game. They got some pressure and they got to him a little bit. But he's maturing. He was much better than he was the last 2 weeks. Not as windy, of course, but he was throwing the ball on the money. It was fun to watch him early in the game, and we'll get a full game on him here shortly, but it's coming. But that's part of the growth process. That's what you're going to get from young quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm. And the run game kind of, it was slow to start, but got going down the stretch. How important is it to have that for the football?
Yeah, I mean, as you saw, they were bringing 9 guys down the box, and they were hammering the box, so it's tough to run against that. But we still had to keep doing that to eat some clock and keep that offense off the field. And once we got it sorted out a little bit, I think it was better. And all of our backs ended up with some explosive plays and moved the sticks. And so when we needed it most, we got it sorted out. And overall, I think they did a nice job.
Mm-hmm. And what is it, 4 field goals by Paul Ortiz?
Yep.
How big is that to get him going?
Well, it's huge. He's got a monster leg. I mean, he can kick it. So we just, it's been on a confidence thing for him all year, and the last 3 weeks now, it's kind of been his job, and he's done a nice job. Missed that extra point, but overall, Paul's really, it's really what pushed the score up so high. So with 4 of them, it's a huge day. And one was at 50.
Yep. Yeah, 50. Yeah, I mean, if you got a guy that can make 50 yards, that's big for. Just being able to get points on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously we want touchdowns. We kick a lot of field goals. I don't like that so much, but to know we have a guy like that can make up to 60. He's got a leg big enough to do that, so we know if we need points, we can count on it. And today he was dead on, especially the long ones.
Mm-hmm. Anything we didn't cover here that you think is important?
No, again, going back to, we have a lot of young kids on the field, and I thought they responded well when the chips were down. We didn't panic, and I think that's a sign of growth for our young players.
Okay, great.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
All right, you Sledge game MVP. How does it feel to get that one and have such a big game today?
It feels great, honestly, and besides the fact of the win, just coming out at halftime, they scored 2 quick ones on us. It really showed our mental toughness in order to come back and close this one out and get the win. So I thought that was really big. Happy to see that out of our team late.
Mm-hmm.
So that was good.
Yeah, you mentioned that their third quarter comeback there. They came back and got some points and tied it up there. What was kind of the mindset coming back to responding? What do you think it says about the group of guys out there
Yeah, so going into the second half, we knew that they were a big third quarter team. Throughout the year, they've scored most of their points in the third quarter, so that was really the emphasis going into half, defensively speaking. And then, of course, they come out and get 2 quick ones on us just like they do all year. So, again, it just speaks to that mental toughness that we have as a team and how we keep growing throughout the year goes on. It just speaks to the character we have of our young guys.
Mm-hmm. You know, you guys were kind of living in their backfield all game. You know, you have 4 tackles for loss and 2 sacks. You know, what was going well for you specifically and for the whole unit up front to get back?
Well, the only reason I was able to do what I was to do is because of the guys around me. I mean, if they're not doing their jobs to the best of their ability, I'm not able to do what I did. So I'd just say it's a shout out to the interior guys. We have Cole Liberty, Alex Evans, Luke Shazinski is a freshman. They played their butts off for us, and it was really just a great game of everyone. So the only reason I was successful was because of them, no doubt about it.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you mentioned Liberty. He had a great game today too. What do you think that guy brings to the table, and what makes that guy good? He
brings an edge to the D-line and the defense in general that no one can match. Not just his verbal skills, but this is the guy who, going into fall camp, we weren't sure he was going to be able to put the pads on for us this year, and now he's came through in a lot of big games this year and played really well. So not that non-verbal, like, wow, this guy is pushing through something for us, and it really gets us motivated. So he's crucial to this defense.
Mm-hmm. And you get that sack fumble right before halftime. Can you kind of walk me through what happened on that?
Yeah, we knew they were passing, so we just tried to get in our pass rush really early in the play, and again, speaks to the guys, the interior D-line, they were able to push the pocket, so I was able to get her on the edge and get my hand on the ball. So again, hats off to the interior guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Owen, you came up just short of a 300-yard game. Had a good game out there. You know what was working well for you? How'd you have such a good game?
We knew they were going to come out playing one high man coverage and stuff like that. So, you know, that's all our receivers, just getting open, beating guys, and then just trying to be able to get them the ball and let them do what they do best.
Mm-hmm. You know, you were really in a rhythm early. I think 8 of your first 10 or 12 of your first 15 or something completions. You know, what's it like to, you know, let go of the ball and just have that many ended up in receivers' hands?
Yeah, definitely just big emphasis for the offense, just try to get in a rhythm and just keep going. We've had multiple games where we marched all the way down the field and then came up short of scoring. So our emphasis this week was just, you know, get up on them early and often.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, they came back in the third quarter a little bit, tied it up 19-19, and then, you know, you guys answered. What was it? What was sort of the vibe for you guys, and you finished off a couple of drives there, got a couple of touchdowns and made it happen?
I mean, our defense was playing their butts off, and the offense kind of got them in some bad field positions, which led them to scoring. So that's on us. So we knew we had to come back and help our defense out because we weren't doing our job in the second quarter like we should be, and throughout the third quarter too. So we just realized that, you know, if the defense is doing their job, we had to do ours.
Mm-hmm. And a couple of long returns by Isaiah Hall out there today set you guys up with good field position. What does it do for your offense to have it to be able to start that close to the end zone?
Yeah, that was huge. Our special teams, their emphasis is flipping the field, and they did. You know, we have guys all the way through our depth chart that can make stuff happen out there on special teams, and that's critical for an offense, knowing that you have great field position, getting you into 4-down territory right off the bat. So,
mm-hmm. And a couple of touchdowns to Ferrante today, you know, on contested catches, I think maybe both of them. How much confidence do you have in that guy when you throw it up that he's going to come down to?
Yeah, we have all the confidence in the world in Isaiah. I mean, he's a big body guy, big frame. Just try to get him an opportunity to do what he does best to make plays.
All right, I think that's all we need from you guys.
Awesome.
Thanks so much.